tell people, if you listen to a comedian, whether they're talking politics, religion, or relationships, they got a lot of logic in what they're talking about. It may be funny, but at the same time, if you just pull the joke away and look at it logically, it's fucking brilliant. And I don't know if I can cuss on him, sorry, but it's brilliant.
Well, I don't think you can, but you did. It's all right. I'm pretty sure we'll cover it.
Beep. There we go. We're good.
Yeah. No, but that is the truth. I try to tell people that doing comedy is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. You have to walk in the room. You have to read the people. You know, the jokes in your mind that you thought you wanted to do. If they don't work, what are you going to do? It's a real sense of improv. So I appreciate you.
I agree with everything he just said, too. Comedians are so smart. Eddie Murphy is probably one of the most genius, smartest people I've ever met in my life. And Dr. Jerry Buss, who was a real doctor with the Lakers, owner of the Lakers, is like my godfather. He kind of helped me when I came up. That's why I have 7 championship rings, and I get one every time the family wins, as long as the Buss family owns the team. But Dr. Buss was one of the smartest men I've ever met in my entire life. Well, he was a professor, actually, taught at USC. But Eddie Murphy, I swear to you, he's probably one of the most smartest, genius people you will ever meet in your entire life. Every time I meet a comedian, I end up at some point saying that same thing he just said. For some reason, comedians are really, really smart, and that is a true fact.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh, I was gonna say that. I got some friends that can't read, which means they can't act. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get that with doctors and lawyers and everybody else. They just persevered. They got the degree, but that don't mean they know what the hell they're talking about. That's why doctors are called practitioners, because they practicing on you.
But Dr. Buss wasn't a medical doctor. He had a PhD in chemistry.
Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna keep it moving with the next topic. Where do we want to go here? It is January 6th. And we remember last year, around this time, a bunch of privileged individuals stormed a particular place and done something, if they were not of a particular hue, would have went really bad for them. So we can talk about that, what happened on the January 6th insurrection, complete disrespect. Y'all want to comment on that?
Well, I'll say this. I'll start off by saying this. For everybody who thinks that, these people were just up there protesting, you're crazy. They defecated in the nation's capital. It was the first time, literally, in almost 100-something years that somebody really came and overthrew the Capitol on the United States soil. But I also say this. Look, a lot of people don't like Trump. I get why you don't like him. I don't believe in his policies or how he acts as a person. But as somebody from Chicago and somebody who knows the legal game, I got a lot of respect for his legal game, and I'm just being honest about it, because the man was found guilty. He didn't won the presidency, got rid of all the stuff, and he's telling these people, I'm pardoning all of y'all. And for me, as somebody who's supported Democrats, who supported independents, and who even supported moderate Republicans, I look at that and say, man, this is the problem with the Democratic Party. Instead of them looking out for their people, they want to act like, oh, we can't do this, we're above this, we're above that. Where the Republicans are like, nah, if our people roll for us, we're looking out for them. And that's why a lot of these people voted for Trump. A lot of these people are going to continue to vote Republican, because they feel like the Democrats just don't have their back. So even with January 6th, that was an insurrection. Those people should have been held liable criminally. They shouldn't have their records erased. But when all said and done, Trump's going to erase their records. And it's sad, because when you look at people like Jesse Jackson Jr. and others who supported not just Biden, but Obama as well, and the Democrats won't even pardon them, it just makes them look weak and soft to me. I mean, I'm just being 100 right here.
I agree.
But you can agree with all you want. Trump is the worst thing that's ever happened to America in the history of America. I believe in wholeheartedly that he's ushering in the end times. I believe he's the Antichrist. I've never seen anything like what is going on right now. Every Mexican that went out and voted for him got bamboozled. They're getting ready to get deported. I'm going to help push the bus. I'm going to help get gas for you because you're ignorant. All the black men that went out and voted for Trump, watch what happens in the next 4 years. We're getting ready to go through 4 years of complete lunacy. I give him credit. I give him the credit. A man is a genius. You got 30s. You're a convicted felon in America. You can't vote if you're a felon, but if you're a convicted felon 37 times,
you can't get a job.
You can't get a job. And now, but you can. Yeah, you can. You can be the president. But now you're running for the president. Look, Trump is a genius. He bamboozled America. You can't beat him, Jordan. Go, Trump!
So, Miguel, I agree with everything you just said. But let me explain to you what kind of genius Trump is. He's what's known as
a genius. You ain't got to explain to me. Explain it to them.
No. Seriously, let me explain to you. He's an idiot savant. An idiot savant is somebody who's brilliant in one thing.
I agree with that too.
Yep.
I agree with that.
He's brilliant in marketing himself. And what I will tell anybody, if you look at every criminal activity that Trump has done, if you look at what happened with Michael Jackson, if you look at what happened with Kobe Bryant, what they lawyers did that was smart, they went out before the indictments came out and professed their innocence. Trump did the same thing. This is what Diddy should have done. Because once you know they're going to indict you, once you're indicted, you can't say anything. So people say, well, why doesn't people say anything? Because if you say anything, it's called jury tampering, and you'll go to jail for that. So the prosecutors get to say whatever they want to say about the person, even if they don't have a case, to make the person look guilty in public view. This is why Trump is so smart. He gets ahead of all the nonsense that he's done and makes himself look like the victim. It's a genius move for branding and marketing. Outside of that, he's dumb as a rock. Outside of that.
You're absolutely correct.
True.
But if you look at what Trump is doing, Trump is smart because of this reason. And I've watched 100 million episodes. Trump is following Hitler's playbook by the number. Trump is following. He's not no genius. All he did is look at what I bet you if you could go through Trump's, if there was a way to go through all his past things, he'd sit down and watch all night. It's those programs about Hitler. He's following it to the T. Goebbels, who was his information distorted, that was Fox News. He's putting all his people in place so he can do exactly what he needs to do. And that's everything Hitler did. Trump is following it to the playbook. And it's working. The bottom line is, listen, we got 4 years of Trump. All we can do now, we can't do nothing but hope for the best, and that's what I'm doing. I hope Trump going there. I already see some of the things he's doing. Now he got Herschel Walker is the ambassador to the Bahamas. Herschel Walker to the Bahamas. He don't even know how to get to the Bahamas. I ain't sure if he know how to get to the damn Bahamas.
Ridiculous.
Well, I will tell you this. I will say this. I completely agree with the fact that Trump is putting his people in place so he'll be able to do whatever he wants to do, number one. Number two, when you hear the Democrats talking about they're going to fight and they're going to do this, look, y'all, that's a lie. They don't have no control to do anything. They don't control the House. They don't control the Senate. They don't control the Supreme Court. So they have nothing that they can do. Lastly, I'll tell everybody this. I don't care if you're black, brown. I don't care if you're European and you over here, right? What they're doing right now is been in the federal courts for a minute. And it's about to come up to the Supreme Court. They got a case that they want to overturn, and basically what they're trying to do is say, anybody who has a child here in this country, just because they have a child here, that child is no longer an American citizen. Just because, they want to get rid of that.
I don't think they're going to be able to do that one, though.
But listen to me. The reason why this is so important is because the only way you can remove that clause is through the Supreme Court or through the states themselves. The clauses in the 14th Amendment. Now, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment are the Black Amendments. Those amendments were made specifically for black people during slavery. It is what gives us the right to be citizens. 14th Amendment says if you're born in this land or on any territory owned by the United States, you are a United States citizen. Without that, if you remove that, it goes back to the Dred Scott case. Dred Scott was a slave who got into a free territory, who sued for his freedom, and the Supreme Court said you could not sue because you are not a citizen of the United States. You're property. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is why the Roe v. Wade decision was so important. They didn't overturn Roe v. Wade. What they did was say, look, we're going to let the states decide what they want to do with abortion. This is why you had some states that you could have abortion, some states you couldn't. And they went back in some of these states like Michigan to 1890 for the laws that was on the book for abortion. We will be in that exact same situation if they get this clause removed. And it is possible because they have enough Republican governors in these states in order to pass it on a state level. And you have a Supreme Court that is highly Republican. So this is something that they've been working on, just like Roe v. Wade. They was working on Roe v. Wade 5 years before it was overturned. They've been working on this for 4 years. This is the playbook because you kill two birds with one stone. You get rid of the people who they don't want over here, and then you also get the citizenship clause removed for black people and even Europeans who are over here on expired visas and everything else. That's the play.
Well,
right
that would mean his wife would have to leave.
Wait.
No, she's a citizen now. Her and her parents are citizens now. So his wife is covered. See, if you've already made your citizenship, you're all right. But it's for the people who come after. Just like our children after, that's going to be the question. It's going to be, do they have to take a test? Do they have to, we may be back.
Well, you know what? Me and my family, too, I think right now immigration is an issue I agree with 100 wholeheartedly in every aspect of with the Republicans. We got way too many people over here. You can't go into Mexico. You go to Mexico, you go to jail. You go to other countries, you go to jail. Everybody come over here. We want to get and everything else.
Miguel, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But if you get rid of that clause, it messes us up too.
Hold up.
Oh, I don't want to get rid of the clause. I'm just talking about immigration as a whole.
Hold up, everybody. Wait a minute, Warren Miguel. This is excellent. This is riveting. But we got to take a break. We'll be right back, y'all.
We ain't got to pay no bills. Let's keep talking. Forget the bills.
1400
Man, forget the bills.
Jams morning show. We're going to take a quick break and be right back talking about what's going on with Trump and America, y'all. Let's go.
But we can keep talking, though, because he is right about that. And the Democrats are the dumbest. The Democrats are too weak.
We can love somebody else. You know, every way you. Are we gonna get it?
You gonna make me.
Make me love somebody else.
Oh, we back. What's going on, y'all? It's the Jokes and Jams morning show. It's your boy Wildcat. No matter what you hear, there's a cat in your ear. 107.1 FM, 1400 AM. It's the Jokes and Jams morning show. We are back with my special guest, Miguel Nunez and Warren Ballantyne. We are talking about the man in the White Office that is orange, messing up America one proposition at a time. We were talking
That
about
is orange.
yes,
The genius man in the White House, on his way to the White House.
It makes
The man
no
who
sense.
bamboozled America.
It makes no sense, man, to have all that money and still got that piece of hair on his head. Come on now. What are you doing? Who is this man's stylist? And fire them immediately. Okay. We were talking about Trump and different things that are happening in America. Real quick, we can talk about any type of propositions and things that he's trying to do. We also want to talk about what happened in New Orleans, what happened in Vegas. Like, what really happened? And when things in the world happen, we know that there was a terrorist attack in New Orleans. And all we saw was this truck plowing through these people, just trying to have a good time. And then when these stories come out, we find out, oh, that's what happened. We also had a situation with a military, a soldier, a retired soldier in the Las Vegas thing with the Cybertruck explosion. Like, what's really going on in America right now? And with everything that's happening, I think the media sends out distractions to distract us from what's really happening. So let's talk about, based on New Orleans and Vegas, what's really happening with those situations.
Well, you know, I'll tell people this, right? So I don't look at the news here in America. I just don't. You know, I used to do CNN.
I don't either anymore. I look at Al Jazeera English. That's the best news station on the planet.
Yeah, I agree with that, Miguel. I mean, you got a whole lot in common, brother. So
Al Jazeera, they just talk about news in general. They don't put no spin on it. One side of the Democrat, one side, and they just tell the straight news.
Yeah, and I agree with that. The only station that's halfway decent in America now is News Nation. But
News Nation,
what I will say,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, News Nation. The only thing I will say, the one thing I will say is this. You know, I've got some contacts overseas because I've done stuff, you know, for different administrations in the past where I've done stuff in China and stuff in Europe for different administrations. And I reached out to some of my people over there. And this is what I found interesting about all this stuff that happened here. A couple of things. One, these two men were both at Fort Bragg in North Carolina at the same time. They actually worked together at some point at Fort Bragg. Number two, they both were stationed at the same base in Afghanistan at the same time. Number three, what I also found interesting is that you got the Super Bowl happening February 9th this year in New Orleans. Last year, the Super Bowl was February 11th in Las Vegas. That's 9/11. That's kind of symbolic when you think about it. The other thing that I found interesting about all this is that it was a clear message to the Trump administration when you took Elon Musk's car and blew it up in front of Trump's hotel. Now, if you could tell that the Green Beret didn't want to hurt anybody per se, because if he wanted to hurt somebody, he would have used the car that had gasoline or something in it, not an electron.
No, he was making a statement. I agree with you.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He was trying to make a statement there. Now,
Right.
the other thing that I found very peculiar, and this is what my people overseas were telling me. They told me, go look at the video of the guy from Texas who did what he did in New Orleans that he posted in 2020 about real estate. When you go look at that video, the video was supposed to be about him being a realtor and him selling real estate. He mentions nothing about real estate. He talks about his training in the Army. He talks about his career in the Army. He talks about atrocities in America. And it's almost like it was a video explaining his qualifications to be able to do something like this. Now, from talking to my people, they believe that right now, those two events were test runs for sleeper cells that's already in America. Now, this is where I do agree with the Republicans, like Miguel said earlier. It is so many people here that we don't know about that we could be in danger everywhere we go and don't even realize we're in danger. I mean,
No. You said one thing wrong. You said we could be. I say we are.
Right. And that's what I was about to say. I was going to say, when you really stop and just think about it just from a logical point of view, right? If you're like us, where we're going into our communities, going into the hood all around the country, it's kind of two things that jump out everywhere you go. Who own the gas station? It's not black folks and white folks who own in the gas stations. If all those people just blew up their gas stations in their neighborhoods, imagine how many people they could take out. I mean, so we have all this around us that nobody's checking and balance. And the thing about our American government, whether we want to be truthful or not, Trump is right about one thing, well, two things. The two things that he's right about is that this government, it lies about everything. It does. And even if we were in tremendous danger right now, they wouldn't tell us. Even if they had contact with UFOs, they'll lie and say they haven't done it. They won't tell us what's going on until we necessarily need to know. And that's because they don't want people to panic. The other thing is that he's right about the news. They put out little stuff to make people be clickbait and turn it on, and it don't even be what they put out there. He's right about that because that's what drives everything, and that's what's happening. I believe these are sleeper cells. I think Miguel's right. We are in danger, and we need to be having this conversation because we don't know what's coming next, but something is coming, especially when you think about the nation who don't like the fact that Trump won. See, we keep thinking, Trump winning is this great thing for a lot of people or this worst thing for America. But when you go outside this country, it is a whole lot of nations right now who hey, we're ready to defend ourselves against the United States. Who were allies of us because of Trump.
And Trump's going to make that worse because he's going to alienate our allies. Now he's talking about Canada and Mexico
making them
buying the Greenland.
Making them the 51st state, and then also trying to go to war with Mexico if they don't agree.
Exactly. You want to know what Trump is doing? You want to know what Trump is doing? Just look at what he's saying. Everything Trump says is exactly what he's doing. Hey,
Miguel, this is what I've told people from the very jump. I don't get mad at Trump because Trump told you who he was all along. Y'all still voted for him. I don't get mad at him about winning the first time because he won the first time because of the media, because they thought he was a joke. They was giving him so much airplay, he didn't even have to buy damn commercials because everything he said, everything he did, they was covering it because they didn't think he could win. They thought it was a joke. Then when he won, all of them got upset. He won because y'all covered him like this. And now he won again because of the fact that y'all covered Biden the way y'all covered him. So it's all of this is not just on Trump. Because Trump told you who he was, people still.
It ain't on Trump at all. It's on the American people. You're right.
Yeah. So I don't even get mad at Trump. I just be like, hey, this y'all wanted this. Y'all got this. So now we got to deal with it.
Absolutely. Now we got to deal with it. We got to deal with it.
I agree.
He's still, whether you want to believe it or not, he's still the president of the United States, and we got to deal with it.
You're right, Miguel. I agree with that wholeheartedly, man.
I say the man's a genius.
I like my
If you could,
racism up close and personal, okay? If
Yeah,
you don't like me,
yeah.
I want to know about
and
it.
let's
so I
talk
can
about
defend
Elon
myself.
Musk. That ain't we ain't talked about Elon Musk. Elon Musk got $447 billion. He's the first billionaire who bought a country.
Yeah.
Well, look, the one thing I'm gonna tell you just like this. So I can remember being on CNN, and I said, man, I absolutely love George W. Bush. And people was like, what are you talking about? I said, I love him because he's made the country so sick that these white folks are willing to listen to a black man and gonna vote for him to be president. I said, now, I love Trump the same way. Not because he's made the nation sick, but because he's revealed and empowered the people who were racist to step out of the shadows. And now you know your coworkers, people you thought was friends, people you thought were cool, you know who they are now. And I
He
love
brought
Trump
all
because
this line from the bottom. He gave him a voice. He gave the
I love
racist a
Trump.
voice.
I love Trump for that because he let people feel comfortable enough to reveal who they truly are. And that's
Yeah, all these Karens you didn't know you were living next to.
Like Wildcat said, I like my racism up front and personal. I want to know you don't like me, so I ain't got to deal with you.
I said that a long time ago. One thing Trump has done, he's revealed all the races. He's revealed them. That's one thing he has done. He has brought the racists from the bottom. He brought the racists from the hiding. Now they feel emboldened. We got one in the house. We got our own. We got our own in the White House now. Yeah, I can say whatever I want to say, nigger, nigger. And all the way around the country, you keep hearing that word, because they feel emboldened by it. And if he released those January the 6th, all the people from January 6th, now they're going to go out feeling like they're above the law. Every single one that is released will be back in jail for some other crime within a year. Watch what I said. I said it right here on this radio station first. Watch. 90% of them will be in jail because now they're going to feel emboldened. They're going to feel like they can go do anything they want because they're going to feel like they can get pardoned again. All of that stuff's going to happen. Watch.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I tell people people ask me, Wildcat, they ask me, well, Warren, what do you think the next 4 years are really going to be like? And I always tell people, I said, it's like this. I said, you ever been watching a movie and it's so damn stupid that it's bad but it's good? Mm-hmm. You can't stop watching it. Yep. I was like,
I've been in a couple of those.
That's Trump. Trump is that movie. Trump is that damn movie. It's so bad. You know it's bad, but you just want to see why the hell people even looking at this. Why they agreeing to this? Why they doing this? Yep. So you just keep watching it. You're like, I can't stop watching this fool because you know it's gonna be nonsense. You know it's gonna be people. And see, I can't wait till white folks really learn the saying that we got in the hood, mess around and find out. Because there's going to be a lot of them that's going to mess around, and they're going to find out. They're going to realize this ain't your grandparents' blacks and Latinos. It's a whole different group out here now. And they're going to realize it.
This has been...
It's going to be just like my man in Mississippi who threw that chair up, and all them people started swimming from the boat coming over there to help him whoop some butt. It's going to be the same way.
Come on. This has been fantastic. I want to thank you, Warren. I want to thank you, Miguel. Before we end this beautiful thing, I want, starting with Miguel, tell the people where they can find you, what's going on, and I'm going to do the same with Warren coming up next. Where can the people find you, your social media, any websites? We love you.
Okay, let me tell you right now, you can reach me on Instagram. All of my social media is M Nunez Jr. MNUNEZ M Nunez Jr. You can check out my new shoe line. It's manbymiguel.com. Manbymiguel.com. I'm working on my autobiography right now. I'm also we're developing Juwanna Mann 2, and we're getting ready to do season 6 of Family Business. And I'm also working with a group called His Love Is Amazing. Go to hisloveisamazing.com. And if you buy a T-shirt, if you're in the New Orleans area, you can go to any game. We're working with the Pelicans, so any game you buy a T-shirt, that's your season pass to get in the game.
That's dope.
And
That's
it's
dope.
called hislovesamazing.com. You buy a T-shirt. We're going to use that T-shirt, and we're going to do the same thing in every city. We're going to go in the hood, and we're going to get these kids who are just keep going to jail and then getting put out and can't get a job, and we're going to teach them how to do camera operating, boom operating, editing, lighting, all the aspects of the entertainment industry, and then we're going to place them on films in the entertainment industry, thereby changing the entire trajectory of their futures and their careers and their neighborhoods. And it's called hislovesamazing.com. I want everybody to go out and buy a shirt for me today. Go out and buy one shirt today. And every time you buy a shirt, we're going to be helping young people get off the streets, start a new life, and have a career and a future. Those are the things that I'm working on.
That is excellent. I'm in Los Angeles. Anything I could do to help that movement, I'll definitely.
I need you to go
do
buy a
that.
shirt today. Hislovesamazing.com. And if you don't, I'm going to call you out.
No, I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you on your IG. All right. Brother
Okay, everybody on this phone, if you don't do it, I'm calling you out.
Brother Warren Ballantyne, how can the people get in touch with you and what you got coming up?
Well, man, all my social media is Truth Fighter 1, or you can, I think on X, it's La Verdad, which just means the truth in Spanish. And then I have 2 books that's out right now on Amazon. You can buy it. One is called The Trump Phenomenon. And what I do in that book is talk about how he came into power, what the situation is right now, and what the future of political and geopolitical politics are going to be in the world because of Trump. And then I got another book called The Diddy's Dilemma. And I break down everything that's going on with the Diddy trial, plus some inside information that I have, because I know the lawyers and some other people who are involved in this on both sides. And so from talking to them, I put some other stuff in that book. You can go to Amazon right now. You just type in Warren Ballantyne, B as in boy. The books will pop up. And then also I will say this, man. I love what Miguel is doing. Everybody supports this brother. Love the shirt idea. Love trying to help the young people. I'm going to buy a shirt. I'm going to talk about it on my show, talk about it on social media as well.
And if you want me to be on your show, hit me up, brother. Get my phone number. I'd love to do your show with you.
I will, definitely. And then also, Miguel, Juana, man, too, look, let a brother get a cameo in there. I come in as a lawyer and represent you.
Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. You're joking, but I'm directing it, and you get in touch with me, I guarantee you I'll give you a little part.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. Let's network together, grow together, make some stuff happen. And I got one other thing for you.
That's how we got one other
thing. I got one other thing for you, Miguel, because you said that. My nephew is the number 3 rated wide receiver on ESPN going to his senior year of high school this year. He's doing all kind of NIL stuff, and all people trying to do shoe deals with him. Let's talk about getting your shoe on his cleats so we can promote your shoe with him as well.
Ooh.
You got it, brother. I'll make him a pair of cleats.
Come on.
All of his shoes are handmade in Italy, too. The best pair of shoes you ever seen in your life.
Let's network together. Let's grow together. Let's build together. And as we're doing that, we'll put some informational shows on maybe across the country, starring my man right here, Wildcat, since he brought us together, put everything together where we all eating together, everybody eating at the table. That's my motto in life. My thing is it's enough money for all of us. It's enough money for all of us. We ain't got to fight. I'm good splitting it all the way around. I ain't got to have the majority. I just need a little piece.
Let's go, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Nothing but love. We gonna make sure we buy them books and support these brothers. Once again, thank you, Miguel Nunez, Warren Ballantyne. It's your boy Wildcat. Jokes and Jams morning show, y'all. We got a show January 31st at the Nutmeg Indian Restaurant Bar and Grill in Las Vegas. Is going down. Your boy Wildcat is also doing something at Guido's in Los Angeles off of Santa Monica Boulevard. Follow me, D.A. Wildcat, all social media. Shout out to Spank E. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. Jokes and Jams morning show. Peace out.
Peace.
Order. Take a quarter, so you sort of sport the new sport from the overweight lord of love. Give respect because I give respect to brothers and others on the agenda. Try to remember, I rock the party from September to September.
The world famous radio shopping show weekday on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.
and Geico.com. I'm Brock Hines on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network.